Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, I'm going to get my green manure beans in. These are field beans. These are the ones that we saved in this bed. We did a trial to see if the mice found them. They didn't. They grew, so I let them carry on growing. So I'm going to get those planted today, and I need to get these peas in. They're a late summer variety, and allegedly you can be picking peas in November, so that'll be worth trying. Those were seeds sent to me by one of my viewers, but you need a decent pair of gloves when you're working in the garden. And my friends from Cooljob Safety Gloves have sent me a few more gloves to try, especially these bamboo ones, touchscreen gloves. I think they feel sorry for me keep taking my gloves off to switch you on and off on pause and record, because here on my blog I don't edit. And also there'll be a flutter draw as well, so there'll be a pair of those red ones and a pair of those, let's call them grey ones, and a pair of the bamboo touchscreen gloves, and they've got bamboo in them. And those recycled green gloves that I reviewed before, they're very light, and I've found them really useful around my growing spaces and the DIY at home. So let's get these out and have a look. We'll do the bamboo ones first. If you look in the description below, so if you go into one of the corners, there'll be a little V, just press that and then the description comes down. So we'll keep those for one winner. These are large, I believe, so we'll be giving these a go today, but they are really quite comfortable. I like a tight fitting glove, but I don't want them too tight. And say if you look in the description below, and the Amazon, their Amazon site gives you a good description of all these gloves and what these are made out of, etc. And they are fairly green by the look of it. And then general purpose gloves for all types. So we've got you get 6 pairs, so one of those and one of those, and then there'll be one each there for a raffle. Again, I believe these are large, and I presume they're just different colours, but sometimes when you're on the allotment or your growing spaces or whatever you do, have different jobs for different gloves. And I do like these that have got the nice tight cuffs, because you get so much dirt dropped below, but again, nice and rough, be able to grab things with it. But yeah, check out the description below on these gloves and all the other gloves that these do, and I am very happy to say that I am very happy with the quality of these gloves. But we'll be using the bamboo touchscreen ones today, and we'll see how we get on with them and see if they'll turn you on and turn you off. Of course, wait to the end to find out how you can get a raffle ticket for a pair of these gloves, and there'll be 3 winning raffle tickets this time round. Yeah, straight on, guys. So they are definitely touchscreen. This is the pallet collar bed that we grew the green manure beans in. Save for seed, because the green manure, you're supposed to chop them down before they flower, and that way the roots and the leaves will help you out during the growing season. We've proved that with the mustard seeds. The beds were totally different. We've got a seed there that we missed. It started to grow, even though it has been dry. That little bit of rain we've got has fired that bean up. So I'm just basically going to put them on the surface fairly randomly. Now I'm pretty sure that isn't a field bean, but a bean's a bean. If you cut it down before it flowers, then you'll get the benefit from it. I'll get those scattered about, so once I start putting them in the ground I won't know where I've been, so I need to do the whole bed. Yep. Still working well. I was going to push them in, but I'm just going to use some of my potato compost to cover them over. And then we'll be able to add, in actual fact I've just found a bean in those potatoes that was just shot over there, look, and it's just starting to grow, so we'll give that a little helping hand. I can give these a nice watering in then. We've got plenty of water here. Just found another bean. It's quite plump, so it's about ready to fire out and give us a nice potato. We'll keep that out. Don't want no volunteers today, but you get the idea. It nearly kills the one that he's got growing. And then when these beds have been cut down, we'll top them up with a bit of a mix of whatever I've got at the time. These beds do keep sinking because we're using organic materials, and over time they will sink. It's same as if you buy a bag of compost, eventually it'll just disappear because it's organic. The worms and everything and the plants will take all those nutrients out of it. So it's always best if you can get stuff for free, because it's getting very expensive. So that's that bed done. I'm hoping to do these 6 beds, but what I don't get to do, I'll just use I'll use manure instead. I've still got some beans at home that I didn't use before, so they're fresh from the supplier. We'll see how far these go. Try and put the same in each bed, but for now I can do that another time. Time's getting on again. Let's get these peas sown. So we're in the polytunnel and I'm going to use the guttering. It's going to be suspended from the polytunnel ceiling. I'm going to be using the Living Green peat-free all-purpose compost they produce in Ireland. You can't really get it in this country other than you chasing your local suppliers of compost to inquire and ask them to try inquire about getting some. It's not the cheapest, but nothing is these days. The bags get smaller, but when you get the quality, I think it's well worth it. So our hands are all nice and dirty, so we'll turn you off. A little bit of pause and record to fill it up. So that's all full, and we're going to be trying these that one of my viewers sent to me for a late crop. It's probably about the last thing that I'm going to be probably planting, but I'm going to take my gloves off for this little job. But before that, we'll keep testing the gloves. It's amazing. You get 250 peas, but by the time you've scattered a few, I'm going to be a little bit thinner than I normally do. None of this every 2 inches. But if you'd like to have a go for this Raffle Flutter Draw, it'll last for 2 hours after it goes live, and you need to send me a Gmail, which will be in the description below. And just put down Cooljob raffle, and I'll allocate you a raffle ticket, but it will end 2 hours once this video goes live. And in the description below there'll be a discount code as well if you like what you see. I'm not paid to do this, but people do like to send me things to review, and I do give a personal honest review, and it's entirely up to you yourselves whether you think they're worth it or not. So I'll get these hung up now so the mice can't get them. I will be putting the remaining peas straight into the bed. We'll see what happens to those. I'll have another packet for next year. All I've got to do now is remember to keep watering. There's no drainage holes in the guttering. I just have to watch I don't overwater, but you can guarantee the warmth in here will dry them out quite quickly, but the mice definitely won't get at those. Let's see if it'll switch off now with wet gloves. And we may as well finish off with a potato reel. These are the potatoes from out of the polytunnel kestrel, planted on the 31st of May this year. I've pulled the haulms out, I don't cut them. That's the old seed potato. A few there gone green, so we'll probably save the small ones there that have gone green at the top. I should start topping up the compost really, so that we don't get that. Lovely sized potato for us. I'm not sure how many seed potatoes we actually put in here, but if they were planted in the ground you'd probably get more. I'm quite happy with these small potatoes. They go in the steamer, really nice. Oh, it's gone next door. Another seed there. So you can tell it's my homemade compost, look. I'll probably use that to cover the green bean seeds up with. I'm sure there's some more in there somewhere. So far there was just 2 seed potatoes. Homemade compost lot. Eggshells, and that's probably from years back. I blend all my eggshells now, but if you do get, if my mother does put some eggshells in the buckets that she saves for me, then you are going to get a few. I'm just going to double check that. Whoops. I like those. So, not a little bad harvest from 2 seed potatoes. I've just given them a quick swill, just a little bit of scab on those. I haven't been adding log ashes to my mixes, so realistically that ain't too bad at all, but that'll top the vegetable tray up nicely. And these gloves are a little bit wet now, but it's still touching you on and off. I'll leave the playlists on the end screen, which will be popping up any time now, and I'll leave you with this beautiful sunflower. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.